Alright guys, it's Ghost, and we're back with some more Satisfactory. Holy crap, I'm not used to the jump boots. They don't show they're on my feet. Do I have them on my feet? I have them on my feet. So today, we are doing this solo, because Loki's at work. So I'm going to be spending the day fixing up my factory system. Well, not really fixing up, but improving it. So I'm going to be adding a new factory on top of the hill past the space elevator, which will handle what's currently stacked behind our storage units. I'm going to increase our concrete production and our, copper production. And I need to go examine all of the cool stuff that we got from our journey. So first off, let me just do this. Oh, yeah, I forgot you just keep making more of them. Alright, so dump off all of... This one will be all the supplies. This will be adventuring stuff. Oof, we really need to get our gear back together. We got some more slugs, which I'll put in here. Let's see, anything else in this one that needs to be sorted out? Let's get the copper out of here. Inhalers go into the adventuring supplies. So just be some more extra... Oh, he's going to adventuring supplies as well. Alright. Cool. Oh, and probably the sword. I'm going to keep the boots on, because the boots are awesome. Alright. Holy crap, we're fast. This is great. This will make running around the base easier. So I'm going to go empty out our 2 supply trucks, get all of that going, make sure that these things are all producing stuff. Are they? Yeah, it looks like all 3 of them are. We do need to get another set of steel production going for the higher tier products. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put a, like, spiraling conveyor belt up from here up onto that back cliff, and then that's what I'm also going to route the concrete and the extra copper to is up here. Going to route the rotors from over there up to back here, and that's where our next factory will be. Nothing in there. I think everything's still in the trucks. But we need to do some research on all of these hard drives and stuff that we got. Alright, nothing in that one. Sorry, what? Oh. That's why I didn't see it. I was looking in my own inventory, and I'm like, why is the inventory empty? These things should have tons of stuff in them. Oh yeah, we've got the SAM ore, we got sulfur, we got so much stuff. Alright, coal will go back into them, because we need to keep that. We had bauxite, which would be aluminum. Oh, we had so much. Wow, Loki was a collector of, resources. Holy crap, he had 42 heal bear. Why is this all stuck? Where's the coal truck? Okay, first off, if I'm going to just explore where the coal truck is, I need to go grab my sword. Or did Loki leave his sword in here? No. Right, I told him to keep his sword, so that way he has it, and I don't have to figure out where to store it. I'm also going to grab the chainsaw and the gas, because somebody in the comments did mention that I bumped into a tree while I was recording it, and so that it kept doing the bump into a tree thing the whole time, so... That should be good for right now. Let's get a hard drive researching, so that way we can... Ooh, or should we research the quick wire? That's 23 minutes, this is only 10. Let's research a hard drive. I'd like a new recipe, because that might make our factory easier, because there might be a steel tier research that we don't have. These go in here, that goes in here. These go in there, because there's no symbol on them. Slug and slug. Alright, and I need the biofuel. Alright. That should be good enough for us to figure out what the hell happened to our truck. I think it's moving, but that might mean there's something wrong at Coal Base? Oh. That's what's going on. We're so efficient now at splitting off the coal that it's getting split off into all these products so quickly that it doesn't stay in there anymore. So, I think it's time to possibly up our production of coal, because, yeah, we overclocked all the power plants, so they're probably draining coal at a much steadier rate? I don't know. Well, you know what? We've got 2 spare vehicles here. Let me make sure this thing is empty. They'll figure it out if they bump into each other. I'm hoping that will head off on autopilot. And that each truck isn't necessarily locked to its own waypoint system. Every truck has its own waypoint system. Ugh. Alright, well, we do have access to bigger trucks soon, so maybe I'll just upgrade the pathway then. So we're gonna need, yeah, we're gonna need a lot more coal dropped off, but we're also gonna have to get the Caterium and stuff like that going, so... Alright, I'm just glad it wasn't the creatures or something had knocked or destroyed the truck or something like that. So yeah, our next tech tier is oil processing, and we did find oil. So, I mean, that's going to be a priority to do. Let me get these things sorted to where they need to go. Venturing supplies, all of these. These things need to be researched. I'll stick them in here for now. That's just regular limestone. The Mercer Sphere will go into the Mercer Sphere stack. Flowers. Alright. Also, we could probably combine these slugs and stuff, because I believe I have the researches for those, so that'll help us. And that's this there for the rest of the fabric. Alright, so let's make some power shards. Oh, that is beautiful. We have 17 power shards. Cool. So that will let us keep overclocking our power plants and stuff like that, which means we're going to need even more coal. So yeah, it looks like that's going to become a pretty standard trend. Keep a stack of everything on me. There we go. Nice. Alright, so how much time do we have left on this hard drive? Another 4 minutes? Alright. Well, why don't we... How much room do we have in our inventory? Plenty. Let us store the power cells, because we don't need those imminently. And let's go chop some trees down. Some expansion room made up. So basically, what I'm going to be doing, get rid of these bushes here, is I'm going to clear cut a bit back here. So I can reveal a bit more of the area, and then kind of plan out how I want the... We had Caterium ore. 20 feet from base, hidden behind some trees. That is nuts. Like, we could have been on that tech tree so much faster. That is funny. Alright, well, at least we got it now, so it's not that big of a deal. I love this thing, because it's just so much better guaranteed AoE clearing. Ah, that opens the space right up. I do apologize that the chainsaw is going to be kind of annoying sounding, but... Someone also suggested I try using the chainsaw on the boulders and on deposits. So actually, I have a deposit of iron right here. Just see if it can gather iron with the chainsaw. No, it does not allow us to do so. Up around our space elevator. There we go. Makes it much easier to figure out where we're going to be building. I need to figure out a way to get up that way. Now, there is the issue with that valley being full of toxic gas plants. And we do have access to the gas mask tech, but it's going to be a while before we get there, because it requires, like, it's at the end of the current existing tech tree. Alright. That should get us most of this place cleared. Explode the bushes. Actually, I don't think I needed to chop those down, but whatever. Yeah, those ones can just be picked up. Tree. Alright, so I think that's as much as we can do down here, so we have to go up onto that ridge to chop down the rest of this stuff. How's our inventory doing? It's almost filled, so let's swap over. Dump it off so we get some biofuel production going while we're out and about. But yeah, so I'm going to plan on moving these two multi-part assembler things up onto that hill and shuttle most of this stuff up that way as well. But what I'm going to do is these are going to be my permanent sink warehouse. Like, things are going to go into here and stay into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off, like, okay, I want metal or copper spools. So I'm going to have a second conveyor belt coming up, and then that'll go up the hill. So that way, we always have a permanent stockpile of some of the resources, but the majority of it goes downstream when it needs to go downstream. I was running over here to dump my leaves off, and I forgot. Alright, that'll get us some more biofuel being produced. That'll be good for adventures and things like that. You know, I should probably also put a factory over here that makes fabric, but, I mean, honestly, we need fabric in such low amounts that it is actually not a huge deal to just take the mycelium and the fabric, or the mycelium and the leaves, and just make a bunch of fabric whenever I need it. Yeah, and it crafts really quick, so... I want to leave myself a stack of mycelium, because those super heal potions actually do require mycelium. I wish we could do crop plants, but I don't think we can do that just yet. And then I think I do need to get that Caterium wire research done, which I think I can actually do it in a second. In order to really see what the Caterium production facility is going to have to look like over at Coal Base. There we go. Now I got a couple stacks of fabric. And put Caterium in there. Take the Caterium wire out. Alright, what do we have options for? Alternate heavy modular frame. And then alternate encased beam. So we can always keep picking this. So what's an encased beam take? Is plates and 5 yield 4. So 4 to 4 versus 18 beams, 10 concrete for 6. That doesn't seem quite as useful, considering we do still need to make the steel plates. Now this requires 4 different products to make the heavy modular frame. And here's iron ingot made from iron. That is iron and copper. Like, I don't want to use copper to make iron. That complicates the tech tree. Alright, what's the heavy modular frame require? Screws. Okay, so it needs frames, pipes, beams, and screws versus frames, pipes, beams, and concrete. Honestly, I'd rather have the concrete. Let's learn that one. We'll eventually be needing it to go that way, so that's going to be good. Alright, that's going to take the rest of the episode to research. What do we need to send off for... Oh. How to make rubber. Have we not just... Oh my god, rubber is probably an oil product, isn't it? Yep, oil processing. Womp, 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 womp. Alright, well, we can't do that for a while. Fuel generator, conveyor belt Mark IV, 450 resources a minute, holy crap. Jetpack, gas mask, those require computer production, so we can't even make that until we get... it's gonna be a while before we get up this tech tree. Although we can launch off the oil processing thing now. You know what, let's launch off the oil processing thing now, and then we'll worry about getting the rest of this stuff. So 50 frames, 50 motor, 250 watt, or 2500 wire. Which is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we definitely need to boost our wire production up. And cabling. 300 cables. Which will now turn that machine back on, because it can actually start producing them again. And let's see if we do have 50 motors stockpiled up. Oh yeah, we do. Finally, our motor production. I guess Loki and I were on a pretty long adventure the other day, so the motors have been going pretty well, so that's good. Oh, look at all that beautiful biofuel being made. Nice. Oh my god, Loki's body is still logged in. That is really creepy. That is, really, really creepy. Alright. Give me oil processing.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. Caution, this is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Yeah, Loki's just floating up there. I.e., we've stuck oil in really, really dangerous places. Good luck now. Alright, what does rubber take? Oh, 4 oil barrels. Okay. How much oil do we have total? We have 53 oil. And is it 4 to 4? So we actually might be able to send off that, shuttle. Yes, we have just enough. Do we have enough to make the wiring, though? I think we should. Ingots, then to quick wire. These are very expensive ingots to make. Luckily, coal base should be able to support all that production. That's 76 wire. We are 8 wires short. Are you kidding me? No Caterium anywhere in here. Well, crap. Now we got 10 minutes before that pod comes back. Ah, right. I was going to go keep clearing the top of that area. So that way we can start up our new production line. So these guys are going to be producing our base pipes and plates and things like that. And then, yeah, we're going to need a second truck to power the rest of the stuff up here. Alright. Let's start clear cutting. I'll worry about cleanup on leaves and stuff later. Just get the tree stuff now. So we're going to have a couple big rocks up here we're going to have to worry about. Just remember that that big bush is actually tree class. For the most part, this area is going to be pretty open, so that's not too bad. Get rid of this guy. Got a deposit of something back here. What do we got? Limestone. Yeah, we are definitely good on the limestone. It makes finding some of these berry bushes that I didn't know were here easier, so that'll help us slowly restock our berry stuff. I really wish I could plant the, at least just plant the nuts and stuff. Because, it'd be nice to have a few plants back at base so we can just start getting a assembly line for those inhalers, because, they came in handy a couple times. Yeah, I think it actually may be faster to just, yeah. This guy needs to be exploded. There we go. Alright, basically we just need to get this group of trees done, and we're pretty good. We'll have to build our base a little bit around some of these, overarching things, but it won't be too bad. Yeah, I'm just going to do this because it's so much easier just to take out a cluster rather than having to manually by hand pick each one of these things. Big trees. we have any cool deposits on this cliff wall that's now revealed? No. That is a lot of plant matter. It'll all be worth it when we have a beautiful new section of the factory. There we go. Get rid of these trees. Boy, I'm glad I grabbed a whole stack of biofuel. This is a lot more trees up here than I was actually counting on. There we go. Come on. Rid of more AoE. I wonder if there's like an advanced chainsaw eventually where we have like the ability to like clear cut a large segment, because it'd be nice to save a little bit of time. But yeah, eventually we're going to head over to Loki's section of the map and go exploring over there. But it'd be good to have a guide who knows his way around. Oh, I think our inventory's full. Well, we almost got the whole area cleared. Whee! Jump boots. Oh, these jump boots are amazing. Alright. Right. Inventory's full. Oh, I can just go right up that cliff. That's great. Ah, that's a lot of biofuel production. Nice. I wonder if I can jump back over there. Actually, I could take this archway here, so that'll be a good thing. I'm gonna fall off if I can't see, so let's see if we can't just break this tree. There we go. So glad we can chop a tree down from the top. Alright, we only have a few more trees to get rid of, and then we'll be pretty open. Was there a puppy over there? No, that was a berry bush. And I think we're getting very, very close to the gas section of the area, so I gotta be a little bit careful. Get a little bit more oil. Nice. Alright, that should be, let's get rid of up here. And we get rid of this little forest cluster, and then I think we're cleared up. That's all kind of gas forest area. And here we go. I basically just don't want to have the trees in the way when I start planning this place out. cluster down here. At least this bottom bit. Yeah, whatever. Let's just get rid of the whole forest chunk. Never know when there might be something hidden behind the leaves and stuff that we wouldn't have noticed otherwise. Like this berry bush here. Wink. I'm just too lazy to pick up all these things. Alright. Get rid of these mushrooms, and then we're done. I'm just really glad that it's wide enough range that I do get some group clearance. Man, all these by hand would be annoying. Alright. I think we are good to go. And we had filled our inventory up a second time anyway. Got 5,000 leaves in our inventory. Holy crap. We just survived just hopping right off here? Yes, we can! Oh, I love these boots. Alright, can we scan for Caterium now? We can. Let's see if there is any Caterium closer to base. $800 meters, 9... Yeah, it looks like Coal Base is the closest, or currently the most convenient. We actually have more leaves than we can process currently. Combine what stacks we can, we'll dump the rest over in the dump chests. Alright. Flower petals in. Actually, you know what? These flower petals are no longer in the high priority storage. We'll put the mycelium in there, though. And the oil. Leaves and flower petals will go in here. So Sam and sulfur, we still don't have anything to do with, or bauxite. Let's have those in my inventory and see if we can't, do research on them. No, they're actually not on the research tree. Huh. Alright, there we go. Alright, so things we need to do. First, check our power levels. We're doing okay. So next, we need to increase storage, or increase production of our cement. Now, these things process 45 in a minute. And this guy's putting out 60 a minute. Okay, that's just a normal node. All right. So that could produce... All right, if we overclock this by 1 and upgrade this belt to a tier... Yeah, we must give it a tier 3, just straight in. Conveyor belt too steep? What? How did we set this up the first time if the conveyor belt's too steep? Alright, and then I think we can squeeze another constructor into here. A little bit of a tight squeeze there. That'll produce concrete. And then we're gonna need another power pole. Actually, no. We can do that one. Alright, and then we just need one overclocker, and then concrete is max. Overclocker. There we are. So that'll make the mine produce 90, and then it'll split these two into 2 max production things. There we go. We'll never need concrete again. Beautiful. Alright, next step. Copper. So let's see if we have any other copper nodes. Is there anywhere nearby crude oil? Never thought to check to see if there was a closer source. There's some bacon over here, though. We do need some bacon. Looks like Bouncy Lake is the, yeah, looks like Bouncy Lake is very much the closest oil source. Oh my god. Okay, so don't jump into this lake. Good to know. I can't grab my constructor to even build myself out of here. Whatever, just don't fall in. Bacon! Oh, wow, that goes straight to the waterfall to the river valley. Ooh, that's, not a great place for that, honestly. Bacon! Alright. God, these boots are amazing! Revolutionize the way we survive here. Alright. So now we need to turn our copper production... Oh yeah, we're going to check to see other copper spots. Yeah, there's no copper, but we can get this guy pumping out at 100%. I mean, if we really wanted to go nuts, and I mean, how much of our next level tech is going to need to have copper? So I'm tempted to throw one of those tier 2 miners on, because we can crank up our mining production quite a bit if we really needed to. That just needs oil. That just needs oil. Oh my god, we're gonna need a lot of... Yeah, everything requires oil. Circuit boards require a little bit, but I don't think... Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have too much demand, so a full production 4-way thing should be more than enough. Alright. So we're going to need some more smelters. We're going to clear cut some trees. Alright, let's get some space over here for the conveyor belts. So what I might want to do, because we're going to have to feed this conveyor belt system a little differently... Yeah, we should need that differently. I was going to say, I was going to turn the miner and then set up a conveyor belt thing on the side, but I don't think we have to go that extreme. There we go. Cleaned up my cliff walls a bit. And there we go. All right, cool. We are overproducing the leaves. You know what? Because every once in a while we're really gonna need this, let's get... Store all these for now. Alright. Oh. 15 steel pipes, 15 encased beams, of course. One, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. I need to get my pipe production up a bit more because we do not have enough of them. And 15. Come on, 15. All right. 15 steel beams. Those are really expensive. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to have to recalculate the requirements for our steel output, see whether I need more beams or more plates, because they're getting expensive now. store all the leaves properly. And more wood. Alright, perfect. Alright, so now we need to double up our coal. Or not a coal, copper. Copper ingots. Copper ingots. So we're going to need 2 sets of splitters. Actually, we need 3 splitters. Come on, give me my green line. There we go. Alright, it's going through the ground there, but doesn't seem to care. There we go. Maximized copper production. And then we have room over here. We could split it 6 ways. Yeah, we could really go to town on copper production. We don't need to. We don't need to. There's not that much demand for copper. Alright, then we have 1 more power pole over here for these 2. Now, what is the output of this thing? That's 45 a minute. So these are going to need 90. So this is going to have to be a tier 2 conveyor belt, and it's going across the factory. So that's going to be interesting. Alright, well, let's get them into a merger, so that way we have as little as we need. So this is going to be the out. Then oh, crap. No, those are just plates. You don't need to merge plates. We need to merge the spools, because no need for copper plates at all, ever. Both of you guys need to produce wire spools for me, because we're going to need a lot of wire. Wait, what's that? Oh, color cartridges. We could set up an automated slug processing plant. Unfortunately, there's 3 separate recipes, so it wouldn't be able to handle the slugs properly, so we're not doing that. Alright, now we need to merge these into a single conveyor belt. Oh, these never got powered. How's our power doing? Yeah, we still got some space. All right, now this gonna have to be tier 2 belts. Of course, that's too steep. There we go. And what I may actually do is start utilizing this area over here. As like a long way highway. See if it allows me to connect those. Ah, crap. Those aren't tier 2s. Is it tier 2 the whole way up? Yep. Cool. Too long. Alright, let's get a stack. Actually, probably a couple stacks of the heavy plates. Then we can disassemble these guys and move them over to the other side. Oh, it looks cool having like a conveyor belt way above the entire thing. That's really cool. Let me just make sure that I'm matching. It's 90 production out, so 120 belt is fine. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to probably end up doing... You know what? Let me just start disassembling these now. Get rid of these assemblers. Alright, we'll have to get a storage unit for these things made back up over here. Yeah, we got plenty of motors going so far. Let me stick these intermediate products in there. Everything else can go into their storage units. Yeah, our rotor production is definitely over and above what we need it to be. Alright, whatever. So now, we're just gonna have to feed these up over here. It's time to make a conveyor bridge. That way I don't have to go down into the toxic valley. Right. How am I wanting to position these? Should we level off a factory floor level? Or should I just put it out on the grass? I kind of like it out on the grass a bit. Although the factory does look nicer. Don't know. So we'd have to level it off really weird if we were doing it that way. Oh, we're gonna have to do all the... So we're gonna have a coal forge area. Because basically we have... Let's get a craft bench down. So basically we need to make a production for the encased beams. The stators are going to be from stuff that we pump up here. The motors are going to be shuttled up this way. Heavy modular frame production. The quick wire is actually going to come to us as quick wire. But then we're going to have to do plastic, fuel, rubber, and circuit boards as well up here. Alright, well, how about... at least a double factory. So up here is where we're going to flatten off. So let's see. Where is the flat part kind of sitting? Like right here-ish. Ah. That's a rock. I thought I put a foundation way the hell over there. I'm trying to hit too quickly, so I'm putting foundations just everywhere. There we go. So now we had two assemblers. So we had the... we'll put one, like, a little bit of production down here as well. Just build onto the hillside a bit. Oh, we're out of concrete. Ah, we took a little bit of damage there. Yeah, we're still kind of partially damaged. I have to make a better quick way up here. Although this conveyor belt isn't too inconvenient. Alright, so if I look at the craft bench again, for the stuff that we're going to need to be making, one thing requires the wire. Alright, so two things are going to require wire. So what we'll do is we'll have a splitter set coming out here. Alright, so things will feed into it from down on the cliff. So the two products that are going to come up and have to be split are... Actually, I should probably leave this down for a bit. Okay. So, modular frames are going to need... We have the alternate version of that once we get enough oil. So, copper is going to have to be shuttled twice. Concrete's going to have to be shuttled for the modular frames. And the encased beams. So, concrete gets split from this one. And then copper wire gets split from this one. And that's all we need. Cool. Alright. So, we'll put the assembler here. And this will be the assembler that produces the first step of the stators. This is one that'll take a wire input from here. And then it will take a input here of the rotors. Or no, the steel pipes. Which, honestly, I might want to produce those steel pipes up here. And just have the other thing produce steel pipes for the storage. And then what it'll do is it'll pump out the floor too steep. Weird. Alright, doesn't matter. Get a foundation here. It will come up into here. And then this will feed our second assembler, which will produce our rotors. Conveyor belt's right here. And then the rotors will come up through this one. Gives us a use for that conveyor belt ladder. We can actually run down the conveyor belts now with these boots, more or less. Alright. And then... the only thing that needs to be pumped out of here is actually... no, because the rotors we're going to send up as a split. I don't know if we need a split on the rotors. Like, I like the idea of having all this storage space and having a whole bunch of parts stockpiled for when I need them. No, I do like the idea of having a lot of parts stockpiled. So what we'll do... is we'll bring... I don't know how high I want to pump these wires. Could always make a second concrete thing over here and send it up. Are these better nodes for concrete, by the way? That's a normal, and that's a pure. Ah, this might be a better solution. Is to disassemble the old concrete one from over there and start it up over here. Decisions. Alright, for now, let's just get stuff routed back to how it should be. We'll deal with it then. Alright, so I do want to use this part of the hill. We'll get some Mark IIs going through here. Nice. Oh, it drops me off the end. I say that one was gonna be it, so we'll want... Alright. And we can always move these and reroute these as needed. Just a little too long, huh? Well, crap. Alright. Alright, we can solve this. We can solve this. We will make some more foundations. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, and boom. And then this is where we'll put our conveyor splitters. And then that will reach. Perfect. Okay. Cool. Now, we'll have a power pole here. Power pole here. And a power pole here. We just need to hook up the power. Okay, so the Mark II belt's a lot harder to run against. Alright. Boom. Okay, now we just need to get a rotor set up. Rotor conveyor belt. And then a conveyor belt pole for the... concrete. No. Conveyor belt, pipes, rotors. Yeah, so one of these is pipes, one of these is rotors. And we can always hook up a split coming around like here or something later for the rotors and stuff. Or we can do it now. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is do one of those multi-floor poles along here, because we don't have enough clearance next to the space elevator to do more than one stack. Alright. Really? That's still encroaching clearance? But it let me do the other one. Okay, hold on. Maybe this is just a little too close. Alright, you gonna be picky now? Maybe a little closer to the building. See, I literally like my space elevator slot, or otherwise I just move the space elevator. There we go. These ones are just a little bit fiddlier than the single conveyor towers to place. Probably a factor of all that extra snap points to... go. Alright. So we need to split off our pipes and split off our rotors. So I wonder if I can do a mid-air split on these rotors right here. Looks like I can, so that's what we're going to do. And we'll do the same with the concrete production down here. So that way we can shuttle half of the concrete over to make steel beams and stuff. And that way, it'll be 100% of the concrete will go this way, should we ever fill up the concrete stockpile. Actually, what I want to do is get rid of that conveyor belt. Ah, crisscross conveyor routing. Gotta love it. There we go. We've got concrete splitting off. We've got that splitting off. We already have the split over there for the copper. So now we just need a split for the pipes. And we're definitely going to need much, much higher pipe production. So the pipe split will go here. I'll have to probably end up redoing a lot of this area, but that's encroaching a clearance. Still encroaching a clearance. How much clearance does this space elevator need? There we go. Grab these rotors because they're on the wrong belt. Okay. So, concrete belt is this one that goes up over here. Cool. Conveyor pole, like, right over here or something. Come on. Boy, these are really fiddly. There's just so many snap points in the area. Then we'll do the rotors over here. And the pipes there. Or wait, do rotors go in first? It's wire and pipes, yeah. So the rotors will put sideways. And the pipes will go in here. We're out of plates. That's the heavy plates, that's the light plates. Boy, we're using a lot of building materials to get this all set up, but looks like it's going nicely. Alright, and then we just need to hop up onto this belt, and then hop up onto this belt, and place some crossover points. So here's where that's going to get attached, and then the rotors get attached here, and will turn over here. They're needed for the second step. And now this one, you know what? We're just gonna solve ourselves a problem here and just do it that way. Trying to make that corner a little nicer, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna do anything. Alright. So now the rotors are feeding up, so half of the rotors and half of the pipes we're producing are feeding in. This thing is assembling the pipes. Yeah, so we're gonna need to drastically increase our pipe production, but good news is now we have a storage chest down there that's gonna have extra pipes. And then our concrete is gonna just stack up over here for now, because we don't have anywhere to use it. But now we have 2 output points for the concrete, so one of those can go to the encased beams, and one of those lines can go to the heavy modular frames. Cool. Everything is now set back up and producing, except for the fact that we have no storage unit for the rotors. Or for the motors. We have a couple posts that are disconnected, so there we go. Picked up all 600 of the motors that we've produced so far. Hop. And then make an output up here. This will be a temporary one, but it just gives me something to store it somewhere. And that's where our motors go. And this thing is going to be producing motors, have some stators to get yourself started off. Have a couple of extra pipes. And there we go. Wow, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. Let's go check on our research and set up that other hard drive. Look at all that copper wire now being actually utilized. I think what I might want to do is we don't need to store that many rotors. Or maybe we just never need to store more than... Let's see, how many rotors do we have? Okay, so our rotors have not even filled up their double thing yet. So maybe... Maybe what we'll do is do this real quick. Since there is no thing that really takes care of counting things, like you can't go in to access this and configure it to go 2 out and 3 out. You can do it like this. And now a third of our rotors will go into storage, and 2/3 of them will go to the production line. Not exactly the best system, but we don't really need a lot of stored rotors. But we need a lot, like our rotor production is a higher tier thing, so it's a much slower overall thing. So it's better that more of it goes towards making motors. I'd kind of like to do the same thing with the pipes, but that's really not going to happen until, yeah, maybe I can get it to work like that. Hold on. Whoop, fell off. Yeah. It's messing with a clearance. Space elevator's clearance is really making this annoying. There we go. Now 2/3 of our pipes are being sent off for production, and 1/3 are going to long-term storage. It's ugly. And I'm actually gonna make this less ugly. That's where it went. There we go. That'll make it look a little nicer. Whatever it takes to filter everything where it needs to go, I guess. Alright, let's go check on our research and decide on our next blueprint and load the last hard drive in so we can look at it next time. Alright, what do we got options for? Now it says a quick wire is completed. Choose a new specimen. Alright.
New technologies have been developed based on this new element, primarily in power and electronics, and can now be accessed in Hub Tier 5.
Alright, what did we unlock? Hub Tier 5. Caterium electronics. We can make supercomputers. Ah, and the high-speed connectors that we need. So it looks like... Oh, a smart splitter. Splits conveyor belts in 3. You can set a rule for which part should go to the left and which part should go to the right. So this will finally let us do sorting. That's really good. That's really good. AI limiter. Use AI, control AIs, keep them from evolving in malicious way. Why do we need those? I'm a little concerned that there's a whole goal of just limiting AIs from becoming malicious. Alright, well, next time, since we got our cement production up, we got our copper production up, and it's now backed up because we can't seem to use it as fast as we produce it. Unfortunate. That'll get fixed. This will start being solved a little bit once we get over to the other thing. You know what? I kind of don't want to have that line backed up all the way like that. Actually, we could do a quick split and merge here. Okay, this is a little bit harder to manage while we're on a high-speed rail. But if it does get backed up, now... I like how you can just snap these on, though. That's kind of nice. Now, some of the overflow will go that way. So what we need to do is make that a Mark II in. And make these some Mark II outs. How are you too steep? You used to be fine. I'm not understanding this. What? How are you too steep? If you're gonna be a pain, we'll send you up a level and then... Come on. Okay, it just didn't like the fact that I stuck that in the middle of the line. Okay, so you'll go down just fine. And now that's two. Why are you being a pain? Ah, I just wanted to set this up real quick so I could round out the episode. Come on, just a one-notch pull. Is it just because it's getting too close to the other one and we need the pole to be way over here more? Okay, I'm just going to put this along the ground then. It seems to only want to work on its terms, so we'll let it work on its terms. And then a Mark II in. Alright. So now we have a much increased production, and then when that thing gets too overloaded, it can stuff itself down over here. And when it's not too overloaded, it'll shuttle most of the stuff out that way. And if this ever backs up, then 100% of the stuff will go down the other way. It's ugly, it's terrible, but once we get the smart splitters, we can rework this system a bit. But we are backed up. Wow. We've already filled the concrete storage units and backed all of that up as well. So yeah, next time we're going to do Caterium production and get that hooked in over at Coal Base and see about maybe getting some oil set up, but we're going to have to figure out how to do oil shuttling. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, so that's the plan. See you next time on more Satisfactory.